Welcome back, everybody, to the channel. What's going on? This is Turbo Tom from Turbo Tom Films Garage, and yeah, I'm pretty annoyed, pretty mad, definitely pissed off, and I'm kind of glad at the same time. Sounds confusing. I'll explain. Well, been working on this 1992 Eagle Talon all-wheel drive, and I recently rebuilt the motor. The machine work was done by B&K in Florida. Shout out to Scotty. And I've been chasing this oil leak. It's been driving me nuts. Like, and I've never had like this bad of an oil leak with a time belt this. I've seen I've seen oil leaks. You know what I mean? I've seen it where, on time belt area, it was just simple stuff. You know what I mean? But this one was pretty bad. Like, it would leak. You know what I'm saying? But the crazy thing is that it wouldn't leak on idle. It only leak when I drive the car around the block or go for a ride in it and come back and it'd be dripping. Didn't make no sense. So I'm like, what the hell's going on with this car? You know what I mean? I took the car apart multiple times. I narrowed it down to the oil pump behind the oil pump sprocket. So I started taking everything apart, and I noticed that I was getting oil behind the oil pump sprocket. So one of the guys in the forum, or actually one of the guys on the Facebook page, shout out to Brian Smith, and he told me, he says, check the oil drain. Check the oil drain where the oil pump is. So I'm like, I've been working on these cars for quite a while. I mean, a few years. I honest to God, I did not know that the front case has this oil drain. So he explained to me, he gave me some pictures, and give me a brief description of what it looks like, what it would be. So I was like, wow, all right. You learn something new every day. You know what I mean? I'm not perfect. I'll admit to that. You know what I mean? Even the many years I work on these cars, I honestly did not know that. I'll admit to it. Hey. But he told me, he says, make sure that drain is not clogged. So what I did was, every attempt not to take this front case off, not to take the oil pan off, not to do all that work, I took mechanics wire, I doubled it up, I twisted it, kind of make this little homemade reamer. So make sure it fit. I use a spare front case that's no good. So I test fitted on that, got it to work on that. So I said, I'll do it on this car. So I did. So I put the wire there, and it felt like there was something clogged, and I was able to go all the way through with it. I was like, all right, cool. So put the time belt back together for the 5th time. Put new steel for the 3rd time, and start the car up. Revved it. Rev it at 2 grand, 3 grand, like a constant rev, And sure enough, still leaking. Boy, was I pissed off. Thank God I didn't go to church that Sunday. God would definitely like me. So, it was inevitable. I had to take that front case off. I had to find out what was going on. And sure enough, I found the problem. And it's so stupid. Kind of stupid on my part, but it really isn't. And I'll explain and I'll show you. So, check this out. Alright, so this is the front case that came out of the car. As you can see, it's brand new. Still brand new. Looks good. And people are going to ask me, did I use a OEM oil pump? Yes, I did. As you can see here, looks pretty good. I don't see any scoring or any scratch marks. And I used straight cut gears and did a balance shaft delete, so I used the OEM stubby shafts. Now I was concerned because I thought maybe I had a hole in the middle, so I went to my parts archives. This was brand on the package, and doesn't have a hole. So, alright, so I'm safe there. Alright, so here's a spare OEM front case out of used motor. And what I'm going to explain to you about the drain is, alright, so you have the oil pump here, right? Which the oil pump seal fits here, right? You have this drain. You have this drain right here. And what it does is, when you're building pressure from the oil pump, it's got to have some type of drain to drain back into the pan. So the drain literally goes down here like this valley. I'm going to show you from a different angle. Right there. There's the drain. Not only does it have a drain right here, it also has a notch right here. It's cut into the front case because your oil pan is going to sit flat right here. And that's why people are telling me too to be careful not to put so much silicone, because you might end up, clogging this hole. So I'm going to show you in a different angle. So here's the side angle, and as you see, it's cut into here, so it allows it to drain right back into the pan. Take another look. Okay. Now what I did was, like I said, made this little homemade reamer. As you see there, goes right in there, no problem, clear of everything. Alright. So, what is this telling me? This is what tells me I found the problem, and I'm going to show you right now. So, if you don't know already what kind of case this is not an OEM case. This is actually a top line case. Now, I know everybody's going to give me shit for it. They're going to be like, oh, you're such an idiot. Use OEM, this and that. You know what? I would like to use OEM. Sometimes it's hard to find, and sometimes, it's $300 plus. Sometimes $400 for a brand new front case. Not everybody can afford it, you know what I mean? This was on the cheap side, and I've used this same case before on multiple cars with no issue. Literally no issue. Now, maybe it's a bad batch, maybe it was a defect or whatever, I don't know. But I'll explain why I found the problem, and I'll show you right now. So, again, here's the drain. Right? It's going to go down this valley. Right? See the difference? Now, look at this front case. All it is just a hole here, right? Now, as you can see where I put silicone, you can see it already blocked half of the drain already. Right here. And there is no cutaway over here. Like this one. Let's put it on the side. And you can see right there, see it? Not even cut away. So basically what happened was, the drain was clogged, and it was leaking out of the seal because it was blowing the oil back out to the seal and back out the sprocket. And what happens is this flinging around, oil just went everywhere. Like with the pulleys off for the tensioner and everything, it just flung everything. You know what I mean? And what's crazy about it is that the sprocket sits all the way in here, right? So I figured maybe I was having oil leaks maybe because of, you know, the threads or the bolts or whatever the case may be, and that wasn't it. It was just flinging all the oil right here. You know what I mean? But it only did it at high RPMs. It didn't do it idle. So the issue really is this. They did not machine this. You know what I mean? They didn't make that notch here, or step, or how you want to call it, so this way this can drain back into the pan. So all the issues that I was fighting was because of this. I'll show you again. That's OEM. See the notch? This is the top line. No notch. So that's where I'm at with this car. I made this video so this way you guys all aware of what the drain is. If some might not know, now you know. Even me, 19 years working in these cars, I honestly didn't know. But you learn something new every day. Especially with DSMs, I learned that, trust me. There's always something new going on with these cars. Always. You know what I mean? Or there's something that you haven't learned yet. Maybe there's an issue that you never had come across yet before. Happens to me all the time. You know what I mean? And this is one of them, unfortunately. So I just wanted to make this video so this way everybody's aware. Keep an eye out. When you build an engine, take your time. Like seriously, take your time. Do not rush. Check everything. You know, if you have OCD, use it. That's the best time to have OCD. Seriously, just check everything. You know what I mean? Torque everything down the right way, because you don't wanna. My opinion is like once you rebuild the engine, you want to put it in, get the car running, and go. You know what I mean? You don't want to have to worry about oil leaks. You don't have to worry about, you know, something's going wrong. You know what I mean? So hopefully this helps you guys out, and hopefully it sees that you don't make the same mistakes I did. So on to the next video. Peace. So I'm back. All right, so this is gonna be a continuation, and I'm gonna explain why. So upon my discovery, I have two other front cases, and those two other front cases, well, those drains are also different compared to the top line and the other one that I had to spare. So apparently these other ones also don't have a notch. I'm gonna show you. As you can see here, this is case number 1, and that's case number 2. They're different. Both of them are identical. I'm gonna show you this one. As you can see here, the hole is actually an angle. The hole is, in depth. Got a pretty good depth in it. You know what I mean? So, and it's flat. No notch. Funny. So I'll compare it to this one here, which had a notch, as you see here. Weird. But in the midst of all this, I decided to choose one of them. So I choose this one here, and I went ahead and made a template with the notch, marked it on the case, and here's the end results. So it's got a notch, I used the carbide bit. I even went in there a little bit, opened up the hole a little bit more. The better it drains, the better it is for me. But yeah, seriously, I did it, smooth it out, made a notch, and that's it. I mean, I should have no issues with this case to drain. I ain't taking no chances, and I ain't playing no games. So that's why I ended up notching that, and it should drain fine. I shouldn't have no issue. I will have a part 2 of putting it back together and starting it up, and cross our fingers, no leaks. I hate leaks. So until then, like, subscribe to my channel. Let's get more subscribers. Let's get more likes. Yo, you gotta help me out. TTP Garage. Let's go. Come get it. Until next time. Peace.